Happy New Year, traders. Trading resumes this week. You can see for the past week, there are no fundamental activities in the market, or let me say, high impact news in the market. But from Wednesday, January the 3rd, 2024, we are going to start seeing money being pumped in the market. On Wednesday, we have FOMC. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims. And on Friday, we have the almighty non-farm payroll. So you see, this week is going to be a very volatile week, and we need to prep ourselves for that. So for this week, I'll be starting things off with DXY. DXY, I did an extensive analysis on this last week. So go check out that video because I'm not going to be going in depth into that analysis like I did last week. All right. So as you can see on DXY, this is the whole year 2023. As you can see, this is the 2nd of January 2023. And basically we moved sideways throughout the whole year. And that was why I circled that particular spot. So if you made money last year, congratulations to you. You are a very, very good trader because you've been able to figure out how to navigate your way through the market. If you didn't, well, I did. And of course, my students did also. Congratulations to all of us. And to you watching this video that also made money, you've proved your skill in the market. 2022 was a very, very sweet year. You can see price just kept pushing higher from this point. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. So price pushed higher from this point up till this point, and then towards the end of 2022, price started falling down. So sweet move in the market compared to 2023, right? So let's hope we get a trending market in 2023. Now let's dive into the analysis proper. As you can see, price is currently sitting on a strong support zone. Why is it a strong support zone? Price has tested that zone multiple times. I could even choose to extend that zone into these areas here, and obviously you can see this area and the whole of this area. Now price is trading back at that zone. However, for the first quarter of 2024, I'm expecting a bearish DXY. Why? Just by looking at the 6-monthly time frame. Like I said earlier, I've done an extensive analysis on this. You can go watch the video. The link is going to be in the description down below so that you can see my thought process why I think the first quarter of 2024 is going to be bearish, right? So I'll be expecting to see price come into this neckline of this double bottom here. All right, you can see previously how this double bottom here played out. All right, now we have another double bottom forming around here. So I won't be surprised to see something like this before we continue higher, because if you look at market structure, price is still in an uptrend, right? As you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high. So I'll be expecting a higher low at some point before we continue higher. However, if we break below this trend line later during the year, if that happens, then we are going to continue trading to the downside. Anyways, I'm always available week in, week out to tell you my outlook for the next week. So on the monthly time frame, price is currently sitting on a strong support level, and I would like to see what price does at that level before we know the clear direction to take, right? So if we see let's say the month of January closes as a bullish candle above this zone, then that may be an indication that price is just going to rally all the way to the upside. However, if the month of January closes below this current support zone, then I'll be expecting a further decline on DXY. Now let's check out EURUSD. Now that we've seen what is happening on DXY, EURUSD on the monthly time frame, you can clearly see I have this vertical line here showing the 2nd of January 2023, right around here. So you can basically see that for the whole of 2023, price basically just moved sideways, and that was why I said congratulations to you if you're profitable in 2023, right? So let's hope that this year, like I said earlier, we see a trending market, right? Either up or down. That will make sense because it's easier making money in a trending market, right? So for the months of October, November, and December 2023, you can see that there was a weakness here, and then for the month of November, we saw a massive bullish engulfing candle, and I called your attention to the fact that I'll be expecting a bullish December, which we got, as you can see here. So for now, guys, I'll be expecting price to continue pushing higher, at least until we come into this trend line above this monthly trend line here. All right, let's go to the weekly time frame so that we can kind of see things clearly. So on the weekly time frame, price is currently trading at this resistance level, and price had obviously rejected this and 0.7 fib level. But you know what? I don't care. So I'm just going to delete that fib level because I want to look at this from the market structure perspective. As you can see, we have a high here, we have a higher low, and then right now we have a higher high because clearly price has broken above this higher low. All right, so I'll be expecting continuous push to the upside, at least until we come into this area here. Then if we break above the area, then we'll make our way to the trend line, which is the monthly trend line above. Now let's check out the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see that we have this strong resistance level here previously, right? And now price has broken above that resistance level, creating a higher high here. So by default, what should I be looking for? Should I be looking to sell? Even if I'm selling, then it's going to be short-lived, right? So it's going to be a short sell. So for now, market structure-wise, price is clearly creating new highs and new lows, new higher lows, right? We have a higher high here, a higher low, a new higher high. So I'll be expecting a higher low, which is a retest of this green zone, right, before we continue higher until we come into this zone. So for now, this level is my next target, right? 1.12421 is my next target on EU. However, if we break below here, then that bias changes. All right, that means if we break below this green zone, then I may be looking for the possibility of price falling down into this zone here. You just have to think in probabilities. I talk about this every time. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, price, this is the recent zone that price broke out from. So I believe price is coming into that zone. Then I'll be expecting a rejection from that zone so that we can start buying to the upside. So I'll be looking for buying opportunities from here, which if I get, I'll definitely jump into the trade. Win or lose, I don't care. But this is what I am looking at for now. Forget about these lines here. This is just some of my previous trades and all of that. So I usually label them. The green vertical lines are the winners and the red vertical lines are the losers, but let's not talk about all of that. So EURUSD for the first trading week of 2024, I am bullish. Let's go to the next on my list, which is GBPUSD. Let's start from the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, you can see that price is trading around here. Just like the EURUSD, we also have a trend line above price. All right, so I'll be expecting for price to probably come into that trend line at some point. Let's check out the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, price is quite choppy around here. Price is quite choppy. I'm not trading GBPUSD anyways. I only trade EURUSD for now. All right, so but I don't like the movements on GBPUSD. But if GBPUSD is going to be bullish, then 1.31073 is going to be my next target. But if we break below this, if we break and close the week below this pink zone, then I'll be looking at the possibility of price dropping into the 1.21318 areas. Let's go to the daily time frame and see things clearly. So on the daily time frame, price is also quite choppy around here. I usually don't like these types of move. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's open up the charts. But before I go to the 4-hour time frame, you may be wondering why I have this green horizontal line here. Is because that zone is an area of value, right? It's a strong resistance area. You can see how price has rejected that zone previously around here and here and even here, and no wonder price is rejecting it again. All right, so it's quite choppy at the moment, but let's check out the 4-hour time frame so that we see where we should be buying and where we should be selling. So guys, on GBPUSD, if I want to buy GBPUSD, right, we have this couple of bullish flag patterns here, right? So price has broken out of this, rallied up, came back down, creating this, broken out of it, rallied up, and it looks like we are rejecting that zone. So guys, if I see a buying opportunity at this trend line, then I'll be looking to buy to the upside. All right, however, if price breaks below that trend line, then I'll start looking for sells, which means this support will become useless at that point to me. All right, but of course you don't want to buy, you don't want to be selling above this support. You don't want to be selling above the support, except if you're on a much lower time frame that you can exploit price movement into that support, right? Then you can do that. But let's say price is on the support. I don't want to be selling on the support. I would rather wait for price to break below the support. See where I drew the support from, right, on this 4-hour time frame. So I'll wait for price to break below the support before I can now say, yeah, I can start selling, and we have enough space to the downside to make money from. All right, so I'll be looking for buys from the trend line. Okay, let me say 2 places I'll be looking for buys. One, above this resistance zone, this green zone. So I'll be looking for something like this, a break above it, creating a new higher high. Then I will now wait for a pullback before I trade higher. All right, that's buy scenario 1. Then the second buying scenario will be at the trend line, right, to the top. Then my sell scenario will be below the trend line to this support, and again below this support to this area down below here, which is around 1.23310. All right, so that is how I am looking at GBP for now. You have to think in probability. I don't know if you do that, but that's what works for me. All right, so that's that on GBPUSD. Let's quickly take a look at gold. Gold, guys, I won't even lie to you. I'm confused about gold right now, right? I'm confused about gold. I can't give you a very, very clear direction on gold. Of course, gold looks bullish, and bullish, it only makes sense to look at the bullish side of gold. Let me just put that out there. All right, it makes sense to look at a bullish gold. I mean, price is completely up. I mean, if you even look at the past 3 months, price is completely up. I believe if I go to the past 6 months, see huge bullish candles, right? And it only makes sense to continue looking at the bullish side of things on gold. However, price is trading at a very, very strong resistance level, and that's what worries me. If we had closed the month or the year above this strong resistance level, then no doubt I'll be 100% certain that gold is going to continue flying high. But I'm just going to give gold some time to breathe, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, you know, just to watch what it does next to be able to make a decision. Let's see if the weekly time frame makes sense. The weekly time frame is also clearly at a strong resistance. All right, so that worries me. We have to be careful with gold for now, right? However, if during the week, just for trading opportunities, I'm not trading gold, but if I were to trade gold, since price has broken out of this resistance, and it looks like, out of this previous resistance, I'll be looking for price to turn it into support, right? Then if I see a buying opportunity inside this green zone, which is between 2051 and 2040, so that's my zone. So if price comes into that zone and gives me a buying opportunity, maybe on the 4-hour or the 1-hour time frame, and it aligns with my entry strategy, then if I were to trade gold, I would like to buy back into the 2074 area, since the overall trend is bullish. So I'll be expecting for price to react to this zone, maybe give us a buy, even if price wants to fall, but I'll be looking to buy back into this resistance and then wait for what happens next. Of course, if we break above the resistance, then gold will be all the way up. So for now on gold, it's safe to say I am bullish, but we are at a strong resistance, so I would like to give it time. Remember, we don't predict the market, we react to the market, we follow the trend, right? We follow the big money moves, all right? That's the whole idea of trading. The market doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care whether you're right or wrong. You just have to think in probabilities and execute on those probabilities to be able to make money or to be able to be profitable over a long period of time. That's the whole essence of trading. The market doesn't care whether you're right. You can even be right. I mean, that is why sometimes we understand the direction of the market. Maybe we say, okay, the market is going to buy, and we jump into the buy and we get stopped out, and price will still make its way to our take profit. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. There's nothing you can do about that, right? It's just the dynamics of the market. But the whole point is just make sure you are doing the right thing. Just make sure you are on the right side of the market, so that even if you fail some trades over a long period of time, you will come out on top. You will be profitable. That's the whole essence of trading. So that is that on gold. Let's move to JPY Index. JPY Index, I'll just look at the monthly time frame perspective. If you have been following this channel, if you've been watching my weekly analysis, you'll remember I told you emphatically that price is going to go up, that December is going to close bullish. If you think I'm lying, this is the video. You can see the weakness of November here. For next month, I will be expecting a bullish dollar. All right. Sorry, I just said dollar. I actually meant to say JPY Index. So welcome back, guys. It's not rocket science. It's not magic. It's skill. And that is why you need to learn the skill. All right. You need to learn the skill. So if I was trading JPY pairs, of course, I would have made money. Why? I didn't predict, I anticipated using my edge. I'm not saying, oh, I'm the goat, I'm the camel, I'm the donkey, I'm the whatever animal traders like to call themselves these days, right? There's no goats in the market. So if you are one of those people calling people goats, there's no greatest of all time. Yeah, I understand you may want to hype, it's necessary, but just don't think someone is actually a greatest of all time in the trading space. The market doesn't care about who you are. We all lose, we all win. Profitable traders are made by just sticking to their rules and being profitable over a long period of time. So I'm not a goat. That was why I was able to know that price was going to continue higher. It's just because I already have the skill and I knew that the probability of price closing this particular month, closing the month of December 2023 bullish was high, because I could say that and price will still go down, right? It doesn't really matter, but more often than not, price will always do what you're expecting it to do, and you only need to be able to master that. You need time, you need skill, you need practice, you need to gain the experience to be able to boldly anticipate price movements in the market. All right, so as you can see, price has closed December with a bullish candle, and I'll be expecting a bullish candle again for the month of January. It may not be this huge because price is completely bearish, so it may not be this huge, but I'll still like to see a bullish candle for the month of January 2024. Now that I'm expecting a bullish JPY for the month of January, let's check out USDJPY. Now, USDJPY, November last year, I specifically called your attention to the fact that price is at a strong resistance level around here. I mean, price had significantly reacted to that level historically, and now that we came back there and we saw this bearish engulfing candle, I knew that there were presence of sellers in the market, and I emphatically told you that I'll be expecting a bearish December, which was what we got. Right now, let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I'll still be expecting a bearish USDJPY, at least until we come into this area down below here. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, in my last two analysis, because I did one analysis last week, but that was not me telling you to take trades, right? I was just talking about the bigger picture of where I think price is going. So last two videos, I called your attention to the fact that price was trading around here at the time though. So I called your attention to the fact that price will pull back into this green zone, and I'll be expecting a rejection from there. Did price do that? Of course price did. And if you think I'm lying, here's the evidence. So for next week, I'd like to see price come into this area here. All right, which is the 144.054 area. Price will come into this zone before we drop. So welcome back, guys. You can see price went there. Of course, on the lower time frames, it actually came back to retest here. On the daily time frame, it was just a week, right? And as you can see, price fell from that zone, and now we are trading below this zone now. So what should I be expecting next week? Of course, I will be expecting maybe a pullback before we drop to the downside. So what I'm saying is, going forward, at least for the next few weeks on USDJPY, I'd like to see price drop into 137.794. Let's check the 4-hour time frame if we can spot any opportunity. It looks like the retest has even happened. I mean, look at this retest, look at this massive rejection here. So I'll be expecting for price to continue to the downside. Remember, I've been calling bearish ever since, from the top and all of that, and I think this was 3 weeks ago or so. But let's not talk about the past, let's focus on the future. So now that price has rejected that zone, except you are willing to maybe use a wide stop loss, maybe your stop loss above here, and trade until we come into this zone, maybe something like this. Where's my short position? Maybe something like this. All right, then my stop loss will be above here, then take profit will be around here. All right, but this will not give a very solid risk to reward. The risk to reward is still okay, because if you look at it, it's around 1:1.7. So which means if you're putting 1K on this trade, then your expected target is 1,700K, right? That makes sense. It's a decent reward for a 1K risk, right? I usually like a minimum of 2 to 1, so that is my sweet spot. So I will go to the 15 minutes time frame on this one, and I'll draw a zone. Oof, all these lines are, let me limit them to the lower time frames, or higher time frames rather, so that it doesn't mess up our chart. So guys, going into next week on this 15 minutes time frame, if I were to trade USDJPY, yeah, nice double top, break below. Oof, how do I do this? Okay, what I'll do is I'll make this zone wide. I'll capture here to here. Oof, no, I don't like this. So what I'll do, I'll plot a zone below and I'll plot a zone above. I'll plot a zone below here. Then I'll plot a zone around here. So I'll be waiting for price to probably come and retest this area here before we shoot to the downside. Before we fall to the downside. That's scenario 1. Then scenario 2 will be more conservative, maybe around below here, then to the downside also. So, but I would like to see this scenario 1 play out. I would like to see this scenario 1 play out because we have a double top. So I would like to see price come back, retest that neckline. If I see my entry around here, if I were to trade this, then I'll sell to the downside. I'll sell to the downside. All right. So this 15-minute zone, which is my scenario 1, is between 141.222 and 141.419. All right, so that's my zone. Of course, my stop loss will be above that zone, maybe around my stop loss. If I see an entry though, my stop loss will be around here. Remember, my strategy, I don't just place a pending order and be like, okay, price is just going to fall from there. No, I don't do like that. I don't trade like that. All right. So I usually like to see a specific type of confirmation. All right, so if you want to join us, the link is in the description down below. Let's trade 10x.com. Take your trading to the next level in the year 2024. If you keep waiting, you're just going to waste all the whole year again for nothing, going in circles, getting frustrated, blowing money and all of that. I'm not saying if you get my course, that is where you're going to find the secret gem you are looking for. But I can assure you that there's value in that course, and I have taught exactly how I've been trading profitably in that course. So that will be basically me showing you exactly how I trade the market and exactly how I am able to plot these zones, exactly how I'm able to predict the market movement, and exactly how I execute trades that have made me profitable over time. Numbers don't lie. The receipts of my withdrawals are all there for all to see and all of that. Anyways, let's continue. So I'll put my stop loss at 141.524. If I get my confirmation here, then I'll trade all the way to where I'm satisfied, maybe 2 to 1, 3 to 1, or probably hold for a longer period of time. All right, but long term, I'm expecting for price to fall into these zones here. All right, which is 137.853 area. So USD JPY, I am bearish. Now AUD USD will be last on my list. AUD USD, I'm expecting a bullish continuation. All right, but first of all, let's look at the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, we're beginning to see something like a double bottom formation, and of course, price is already pushing higher. In last week's video, I called your attention to the fact that my targets will be this trend line long term. Now let's check the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, Price is clearly pushing higher and all of those good stuffs. Let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, this is my initial resistance area. I'm surprised price didn't come into that zone before reversing, but maybe from this zone I'll be expecting a bullish push into that green zone, maybe before we now kind of come for a pullback before we continue higher. But let me take you all the way down to the 4-hour time frame so that we can think in probabilities here. All right, if we see this, we do this. If we see that, we do that, blah, 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 you know, stuffs like that. Now, I have this trend line below. Let's say price continues pushing lower. Let's say price takes out this green zone here. Sorry, this gray zone here, which is between 0.68038 and 0.67800. So let's say price breaks below there, then I'll be expecting to, I would like to see price come for the third touch of this trend line that also confluences with this mini support area here. I mean, we have 1, 2, and 3 touches there, so that's an area of value, right? And there's a trend line that confluences with that zone. Let's see if we have a Fibonacci retracement confluence at that zone also, from low to high. So we have the 0.5 and the 0.6 fib level there. So should price continue lower, I'll be expecting to buy at this fib levels here, which confluences with this trend line, and maybe, just maybe, this support level here. All right, so those are my buy zones should price continue bearish, maybe in the early part of next week and stuffs like that. But for me to confidently buy EURUSD, let's go back to the daily time frame. For me to confidently buy and hold EURUSD long terms, I keep saying EURUSD, sorry, I meant to say AUDUSD. So for me to buy and hold AUDUSD, price has to break above this resistance level. Let's say price continues higher, then I'll wait for price to take out this resistance level here that has been tested multiple times historically. I'll wait for price to retest it, then I'll trade into this zone above here, which is 0.71307. Of course, you don't do that on the daily time frame, right? You go to the lower time frame, maybe the 4-hour, the 1 hour, or the 15 minutes time frame. Depends on your execution time frame, right? But this is the space I'm expecting AUDUSD to cover over time. Even if we open the week bearish, let's say we continue bearish, at some point I'll be expecting a bullish continuation. AUDUSD, I am bullish. And that is it, guys. The end of the first analysis for the year 2024. Once again, happy new year, guys. And just a quick advice, don't repeat what you were doing in 2023. I'm talking to those people that are still struggling in their trading. Don't repeat what you did all through 2023 or maybe the year before that, right? You want to step your game higher. What is your problem? Are you journaling your trade? If you are journaling, go and see those things you are doing wrong and find ways to tweak that. If you need mentorship on that, I'm here for you guys. And if you don't like me, go for your trusted mentor, right? Just purchase their course. Do something different. Do something different. Do something different. You cannot continue making the same mistake over and over and over again. The brain likes habits, especially bad habits, right? The brain likes habits. The brain adapts to what you feed it every single day. Your routine sticks to your brain. You adapt to those routines. Your brain transmits those routines to you every day. So if you are doing the wrong thing, your brain is going to keep transmitting those wrong things to you. And that is why doing the right thing is always difficult, right? It is difficult to do the right thing. It is difficult to journal. It is difficult to backtest. I mean, you're sitting in front of your screen for hours, backtesting your strategy using historical price data from as way back as 6 months, 1 year, or even 2 years ago. It's difficult and boring, right? But if you can train yourself to adapt to improving yourself day in, day out, that is where the difference comes from. That is where, even if you don't achieve the ultimate goal, which is trading success, you will see considerable difference in your trading style, right? So please and please don't repeat. Even for, like, okay, take for instance, I'm a profitable trader, right? I'm a profitable trader, and I still keep improving myself, right? Maybe my risk to reward is 2 to 1. I want to see how I can tweak it to adapt to like 3 to 1, right? Through my journaling, because I have data. If you don't have data, you don't even know what to improve on. So that is why journal this year, apply risk management this year. If you can do all what I've mentioned and more, your trading game is going to change for the better. Once again, Happy New Year and thanks for tuning in. I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye guys.